Okay, so you've shared a really significant report with us today. It's from Sahara Reporters, dated May 2nd, 2025.
That's right. And it covers a truly devastating attack in Plateau State, Nigeria.
Yeah, and it immediately connects this specific event to the much bigger issue of insecurity in the country. Not just statistics, is it?
Not at all. The core of this report, really, what makes it so powerful, is the personal story. It's the account of Asabi Moses, a survivor.
Exactly. Her experience, losing her husband, her 3 children. It's incredibly harrowing. Yeah. Happened in a midnight attack.
And that's really the focus for this deep dive. We want to unpack her story, understand the context of what's been happening in Plateau State.
And look at the wider security picture in Nigeria based on this reporting.
Right. The idea is to, pull out the crucial information for you, give you clarity without getting bogged down.
So let's start with Asabi Moses herself. Her account, given through an interpreter on a Rise TV Newsnight, it's just incredibly difficult to hear.
It really is. The attack took place at night. The family was asleep.
That vulnerability, it's terrifying to even think about.
Absolutely. And the report includes this chilling detail from her narration.
Yeah.
The attackers, she said they spoke their dialect, and then they reportedly said, "Where is your God? We are going to kill you today. We're going to burn your house."
Just awful. That quote, it speaks volumes about the mindset behind it.
Cruelty and, frankly, impunity, and then the loss. Her 3 sons, the report gives their ages.
Yeah, 14, 10, and just 2 years old.
Yeah.
Almost impossible to comprehend.
Unimaginable. And on top of that, her husband was killed and their house was burned down.
There's that direct quote attributed to her. Arise News shared it. It really summarizes the horror.
Yes. "We were sleeping in the night. Fulani herdsmen came in, killed and burnt our houses. I know they were Fulanis because they were speaking their dialect. They killed my husband and 3 sons, 14, 10, and 2 years old."
Just raw, heartbreaking testimony. And as you mentioned, this isn't happening in isolation. The article itself points to escalating crises across Nigeria.
Exactly. It provides crucial context, specifically looking at other recent violence in Plateau State.
Right. It talks about earlier attacks, doesn't it? In the Bucko's local government area.
Yes, that's right. In the first week of April, Sahara Reporters cited local officials on this.
And the death toll from those April attacks.
According to the report, a staggering 52 people were killed then.
52 in just that one area. And the details are just brutal.
They are. The report mentions 5 children burned to death in Herdi village.
Oh, terrible.
And 11 killed in Rui, 4 in Manguna, 1 in Dafo village. Each one a life, a family shattered.
It really underscores the scale of the violence even before this latest attack.
And it didn't end there. The Boko's Cultural Development Council Vanguard, their chairman, Farmasim Fodeng, confirmed people were still missing after those April attacks.
Missing. So the suffering continued even after the initial killings.
Yes, particularly in Herdi and Mabar communities, they were still searching. It just shows the ongoing trauma and uncertainty.
So faced with this, horrific series of events culminating in the attack on Asabi Moses' family, what's the official response been?
Well, the Sahara Reporters piece says the Plateau State government condemned the attacks. They also called for calm.
Okay. Condemnation is a call for calm. Anything more concrete?
The Commissioner for Information and Communication, Joyce Ramnap, expressed concern about this resurgence of violence, especially given, efforts towards peace building.
Did they mention any specific actions taken? Security deployment, arrests?
Yes. Commissioner Ramnap mentioned security agencies were deployed to the areas to restore order quickly. And she also said arrests had been made. The government expressed hope this would help curb the violence.
But, deploying security, is that always enough in these situations?
That's often the question, isn't it? The article implicitly raises this by broadening the scope.
Right, because it's not just Plateau State, is it?
No, not at all. The report specifically mentions Borno, Benue, Zamfara, Kwara, and Enugu as other states grappling with persistent insecurity.
So it paints a picture of a nationwide challenge.
Precisely. It highlights that despite the current administration, President Bola Tinubu's administration, despite their promises to boost security,
the reality on the ground, as reported here, is continued loss of life and property.
Yes, due to criminal herders, bandits, terrorists. The labels vary, but the violence persists across different regions.
It's probably worth just quickly mentioning the source again, Sahara Reporters.
Right. They position themselves as focused on citizen journalism, reporting on corruption, government issues in Africa.
So their angle is often about accountability and giving voice to people on the ground.
Exactly. Sharing Asabi Moses's direct testimony fits right into that mission, amplifying the voices of those most affected.
So bringing this all together as we wrap up this deep dive, we're left with this incredibly stark picture. Asabi Moses's personal tragedy.
Set against this backdrop of escalating violence, not just in Plateau State, but as a sort of recurring theme across Nigeria, the human cost is just immense.
We've looked at the specifics of the attack she endured, the earlier violence in Bokos, the official responses, and the broader national context.
Yeah, trying to pull out the key threads from the report. It really does weave together several complex and, frankly, worrying issues.
And hopefully for you listening, wanting to grasp the essentials of this situation quickly, this has helped clarify the core information from that Sahara Reporter's article.
Definitely. It makes you think, though. Considering Asabi Moses's question in that moment of horror, where is your God? And looking at the ongoing violence despite official statements and actions, it really pushes us to ask, what underlying factors, maybe systemic ones, allow this kind of violence to persist? And thinking forward, what might real lasting solutions actually look like for these communities?